Hello everyone, Kate here from Keight Krafts, sharing with you another project for Hollow Tree Hobbies. Let's get started. So to kick things off, we are going to be using a little bit of washi tape to hold down our piece of paper, and we are going to be doing a little bit of ink blending with some Lumberjack Plaid, as well as the Poinsettia stencil from Fawn. And of course, we could not just pass up Christmas in July without doing a Christmassy card. And everything that I'll be using in today's project, of course, will be listed in the description box below, so you can go ahead and check out Hollow Tree Hobbies for all the wonderful goodies that they carry. So with that being said, we have gone ahead with that Lumberjack Plaid. We've brought in the second part of the stencil. Now, I want to be very careful about how I do this. As you can see, I'm taking little bits of washi tape and I'm going over those little centers there because I don't want them to be green. And in order to do such, I got to take a little bit of precaution. So we're going to go ahead and load our brush up with some of that Rustic Wilderness. And we are going to go over all of the greenery on this stencil. Now, once we've gotten that complete, we are going to go ahead and pull off all that little washi tape and move it over so we can get the other half of our stencil here, because I ran out of little bits and pieces and I didn't feel like cutting a new piece. So once I'm happy with that, we are going to just take a paper towel and wipe around the center of those flowers so we don't overlap that green with the mustard seed, because that will just muddy everything up. So once I'm happy with that, we are going to go ahead and take the very edge of our brush and we are going to dab and swirl that yellow in to give the center of the flowers that lovely yellow pop that they carry. So again, we are just loading up our brush, going in on each and every little tiny one of these guys, and I think the little extra added detail to this just really puts these flowers together when you can coordinate all the proper colors that go with what you're stenciling, if you get what I mean. So we're in the home stretch here with a bit of the ink blending, and wait till you see the next part. I tell you, I was so thrilled to get my grubby little paws on some Lunar Paste. I tell you, this stuff is a lot of fun. It's like, I don't know how to explain it. Maybe because it's metallic and I'm a little part and parcel to shiny. But this stuff was a lot of fun to play with. Now, I'm not very versed in playing with paste, and I was fortunate enough to get a couple of these little tiny tubes. Like, you don't really need a whole lot of this. It goes a long way. So we are just very carefully not going over those little berries there, but we're very carefully going over the little veins of the flower. And I tell you, this added detail, it's a lot of fun. So again, I'm just taking bits and going over the inside of the stencil. I mean, I probably could have made better with a better tool, but this was all I had at the moment. And I will make sure to leave links to alternatives that I happen to use. And you can try it too if you'd like. And if you do decide that you want to make any of the projects that I've made on the Hollow Tree Hobbies website, don't forget to tag us in it. So here we have some bee sting, and we are going to go ahead and bring that into those little berries. I think they're called holly berries, I'm not sure. But we're just going to go ahead and mash a bit of that in. I do end up getting a little extra underneath the stencil, but that's okay. I think it just gives it that handmade feel that, it doesn't have to be perfect kind of thing. So once we're done that, we're going to quickly put the lid on it, and then real quick, off camera, I'm going to go ahead and take my stencil over to my kitchen sink and give it a good rinse. Look at how amazing that turned out. So next, we are going to go ahead with our Spellbinders Many Merry Christmas stamp set, and we are going to go ahead with some black ink, and we are going to stamp out Merry and some Fawn jet black ink. And I love the classic look of how this is written. It really gives that vintage vibe, especially with that Lumberjack Plaid married with that Rustic Wilderness. I don't know what it is those two colors and this font just really give me that vintagey feel. So once we've gone ahead and done that, we are going to go ahead and grab the coordinating dies, which I absolutely love that this comes with coordinating dies because I don't have to fussy cut, and I really don't like to fussy cut. So again, we're just going to grab some washi tape to hold down our sentiment dies and line that up nice and carefully. And then off camera, I'll go ahead and cut that in my die press. And as you can see, it cuts out perfectly. I love, love, love how this comes together. I really do. So next we are going to go ahead and take some more of that Lumberjack Plaid, and we are just going to go around the edges of our panel. And that way we can have the coordinating colors to the flowers in our Christmas card, and I don't have to use a piece of colored cardstock because sadly I don't have all the matching coordinating colored cardstocks. It would be nice to have all the matching coordinating colored cardstock, but I have white paper, and if you have white paper, you could make any layout that you want to match the front of your card. So again, we're just going around the edges. We're not worried about that center because you're not going to see it. This is just going to be the red matting for our card layers, and it really comes together really nicely. So once we're done that, we can go ahead and glue everybody together. And I don't know what it is about this Merry Christmas that I just really like. So we're going to take these guys off. We're going to add a little bit of the Bearly Arts glue around the back. I mean, you could use foam tape, but it's a little finicky. I mean, you could get it small enough, or if you had thin enough strips, you could do that. But I'm just going to use glue because our card panel has got a lot of texture to it, and I want to make sure that it adheres nicely without having to fussy with all the foam tape, if you get my drift. So again, with the Bearly Arts glue, we're going to scribe out the glue on the back of the little Mary, and once I'm happy with the placement, I will give that a nice mash down. And then we have our little sentiment from our family to yours. Now you could prop this up again with foam tape because it's a little more, a little more easy to add to the back. So we're just going to line that up to that side right there. And then once we're done that, we are going to go ahead and grab our glue again, and we're going to go around the edges so that way we don't get any lifting. And then once we've done that, we will go ahead and scribble in our Hollow Tree Hobbies in glue, add a couple of hearts, and then we'll stand above our project and line that up nice and neat, give it a little smash down, and our card panel is complete. Look at how that came together. So next, because we cut it a little bit smaller than the A2 size card, we are going to have a little bit more of that black border, or white border, sorry, the back border. White border, not black border, you know what I mean. So again, we're going to write our Hollow Tree Hobbies in glue, and we are going to head and layer that right on top of our card. So once we do that, we'll add a little bit of tape runner just to be sure, and I will go ahead and smoosh that into place, and here you have my finished card. I really hope you liked my contribution for Christmas in July. Again, please feel free to check out the Hollow Tree Hobbies website as well as the social media. And as always, thanks for hanging out with me today. Take care.